Why do policies that harm Black communities almost never sound harmful when they're introduced? That's the question. Because whether it's public safety, tough on crime, equal protection, or merit-based systems, the language often sounds reasonable. But as you'll hear today, the words people hear and the impact people live with are not always the same. And that's exactly what Forum is built to break down. Real-time Black news and culture, and what's actually happening underneath. Politicians learned a long time ago they didn't have to say race to target Black communities. Ronald Reagan expanded the war on drugs using phrases like public safety and fighting the drug crisis. The result was policies that led to aggressive policing and incarceration of Black communities. Bill Clinton promoted the 1994 crime bill with phrases like tough on crime and getting violent offenders off the streets. The result was mass incarceration and sentencing policies that fell heavily on Black communities. Today, President Trump talks about ending DEI programs, eliminating what he calls race-based preferences, and restoring merit-based systems. The language is fairness and equal treatment. The effect is the removal of programs specifically created to address racial disparities in hiring, admissions, and government programs. Different decades, different slogans, but the same pattern. The public hears one objective, then Black communities experience a very different outcome. Watch how policy language changes the fight. Take Evanston, Illinois. The city created the nation's first publicly funded reparations program for Black residents harmed by decades of documented housing discrimination. Eligible residents and descendants can receive housing assistance through that program. The people trying to stop it aren't arguing over redlining. They're not arguing over housing discrimination. Judicial Watch sued the city, and in June 2026, Trump's Department of Justice joined the fight. Their arguments focus on terms like equal protection, race discrimination, and race neutrality. That's the point. The conversation moves away from the harm being addressed and toward technical legal language. And once everybody is arguing about legal terminology, most people stop talking about what happened to those communities in the first place. They tell you it's about fairness. They tell you it's about merit. They tell you it's about equal treatment. But ask yourself a different question. What actually changed after those words were used? Since 2025, the Trump administration has ordered federal agencies to eliminate DEI-related offices, grants, contracts, and programs across the federal government. That's the facts. That's the policy. That's why you never judge a policy by the press release. You judge it by who loses something when it passes. The pattern is hard to miss. Reagan sold public safety. Clinton sold tough on crime. Today, we hear fairness, equal treatment, and merit-based systems. Different language, different decades, but the question remains the same. Who benefits and who pays the price? Forum is a news, media, and culture show breaking down real-time stories that impact Black communities, giving context, facts, and perspective you won't get from mainstream coverage. Tune in to hear what really drives these moments, not just what happens on the surface. Full 20-30-minute episodes go deeper into the issues shaping headlines. Visit us on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, or Facebook. Like, subscribe, and stay informed with Forum.